What's up, YouTube? It's me, Foro Kami. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, how are you? If you're not new, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Foro Kami, and I am your newest commentary content creator, and I do the commentary on Baddies West and Zeus Network. And I have been getting some requests to do some reviews on some networks from, I think it's called Now That's TV. So thank you guys so much for giving me those recommendations. If, like I said before in other videos, please, if you guys are interested in me doing commentary reviews to other videos or other channels, let me know because I would love to react to them. And if you guys don't mind me like shouting you out and stuff like that for giving me those really cool, interesting requests, let me know in the comments so that I can do that. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into this Baddies West reunion part 2. Leave your comments down below, like and comment and subscribe, okay? And let me know, continue to let me know how you guys feel. So Zeus Network, for those of you who don't know, is an app that you can pretty much download on Google Play, or you can download it on Apple Store. You can watch a variety of shows, whether they're scripted or not. People like to watch it, and the shows are blazing right now due to the drama and the chaos and the intense fighting scenes that they are always showing on there. Okay, so the producers or the co-producers of this show, particular Baddies West, is Natalie Nunn, who is a former BGC girl who was on Oxygen TV, or Oxygen Network, excuse me, and it was like a reality TV show with a bunch of girls inside a house, no phones and stuff allowed. They would have to be inebriated and go out and party and stuff like that. Pretty much like have to go through things in order to stay in that house, and they couldn't fight each other, else they would get kicked out the house. Yada yada yada. That's what Bad Girls Club was. Natalie Nunn, I think, I'm not sure what season she was on, but she had her season and then eventually would go on to make this type of like spin-off of Baddies or Bad Girls Club called Baddies. So pretty much it's about these girls who get together and they're supposed to get to the bag, or they're supposed to get money, and they go tour everywhere and they go perform. And lately I see what Natalie Nunn has been doing. She's been getting people who have some type of buzz or some type of actual thing or some type of like notoriety about them. So they already have like music backgrounds, they have business backgrounds, something professional. I see that she's starting to pick out that these women must have about themselves some type of name. In order for them to come onto the show, they must have some type of name before this. So I will say that despite the negativity of the show, it's actually kind of good that these women have something about themselves so that they have something to fall back on, and they already have a name. And if they do have a name, they got to do what they got to do to not tarnish it. So the cast members of this particular season, and yes, I do have my notes this time. I wanted to be prepared, so excuse me if you see my notes. It was Natalie, Scotty, Rolly, Krishan Rock, Biggie, Stunna Girl, Kat, Sky, and Lil London. Those are the cast members. And you got your host, Stevie J and Janisha Thomas, and then you got your co-producers, like I said before, Natalie Nunn, Tommy Lee. And the reunion was about 39 minutes or so, 47 seconds. And now pretty much the beginning of the actual reunion in itself was kind of like picking up where it left off, where the girls were fighting. But for a moment in time, they were able to gather these women and get them to talk. Biggie was really trying to figure out what the problem is between her exactly and Rolly. Rolly was just trying to say, look, the reason why I was irritated with you was because you were being negative. All you kept talking about was your bad experiences with Stunna Girl. And sometimes when you keep being a negative Nancy and all you do is say negative stuff, sometimes people get tired of using their only good energy and hopes and spirits to be able to uplift you. That does get really tiring. So that's what Rolly was saying, right? And then Biggie was like, but when did I ever give these moments to you? We would only hang out in the morning time. It's not like we hung out all day. And they ended up, they couldn't even finish their conversation because Sky was so interested in fighting Rolly. And my thing with that, my only issue with that being was I cannot believe this girl fought with everything in her after she asked for that amount of her check to be raised. The fact that she actually was willing to violently display herself like that and like attack another human being just to do it, it was just crazy to me. They both hit each other. They both fought each other. Everybody fought each other on here. There wasn't nobody that got knocked out, and there wasn't nobody that got beat up. Everybody literally got into a brawl, an unnecessary brawl. And then at one point in time, Lil London and Tommy were going to get into it because Lil London out of nowhere was like, oh, Tommy has a taser. And I don't know if Tommy had a taser or not, but she kept bringing it up. It was like, oh, weapons and this and that. And that made Tommy look at Lil like, what is your beef with me? They addressed that, that scene where Natalie and Scotty were in that room, talking or whatever. I knew that Natalie Nunn was going to mix that to like a negative narrative, and that's what she did. She spun it around, and they ended up using it against Scotty at the reunion, making it seem like she wanted to attack Razor. And that Razor was scary, and Tommy was like, that's not why she wasn't there. She wasn't there simply because she lost her phone, and that made her. Scotty and Tommy's beef was just confusing to me, why Scotty was even starting up with Tommy. Stunna Girl pretty much didn't say anything. They just got to fighting and stuff like that. You could see a couple of times the hosts were irritated. Stevie looked completely stressed out. He tried his best to protect the girls for the first time and to keep them from even arguing with one another. Natalie Nunn, I think, is a waste of time. Again, like I said to people who are subscribed to Zeus, because she makes it clear that nobody's going to talk. We don't get to hear anything these women got to say. It was like the most unprofessional, like tasteless reunion. But what can we expect? It's Zeus Network. They could really get any interview questions out, and these girls were literally all over the place fighting one another. And that was pretty much what was happening. Kat didn't really even say pretty much why she had a problem with Tommy. People have been saying that she said that she called Kat something racist and colorist, which if she did, she's like, y'all already seen my response to her saying something so literate in the comments. Pretty much everybody was against her. Stunner ran up and tried to hit Tommy. And I was like, why did you do that? Then you claim everybody jumps you, but you steadily sneaking somebody on the show. One thing I did find humorous though about Natalie and Tommy Lee's fight was that I can't distinguish really if this is cameras or if this is real life, because I noticed that when, you know, once Tommy Lee really started getting angry, when she started really getting pissed off, I thought it was very funny how Natalie Nunn started backing up with the security. You know what I'm saying? She didn't want to really fight no more. Then she got to a point where she backed up in the corner and she called out to Scotty. Scotty was looking at her like, don't call out to me. And at one point in time, Scotty was even already getting more agitated with Sky keep jumping on Rolly. It was like, look, if you jump in one more again, I'm going to have to jump in too. So it was pretty interesting. And what do you want me to say? Dull to say the least. I was going to talk about the reunion looks. As far as their makeup, they all slayed. Everybody pretty much came to fight except for London, and she eventually changed into some like different attire. Um, and that was that. My expectations of this reunion was that these girls were going to be able to get a lot off their chest, and that nobody was going to be, really fighting so much. That everybody was going to get to the point of what they needed to get to. But then if they would have did that, nobody would have tuned in, and everybody would have just thought it was boring, and everybody would have just, you know what I'm saying? Nobody would have really tuned in. But I find it funny how with Bravo TV and Housewives of Atlanta, people are gonna actually tune in to Housewives of Atlanta reunions, and you guys aren't there for the violence. You're there for the tasteless shade, and you're there for the like cruel, dark humor essence of it. Also, that's, you guys are much more interested in seeing something like that, which I thought was kind of, I was like, that's kind of like funny how they're, we're more, we'll watch a network where they're talking, those women are talking because their makeup is beat, their clothes are nice, their hair looks nice, and they're intelligently arguing back and forth with each other, and their tongues are very witty. So at one point in time, Janisha Thomas looked at Stunner Girl, was like, girl, is that all you do is fight? And Stunner Girl literally responded, if I don't fight, I'm gonna leave. One thing I also wanted to call out was, I don't know, Natalie Nunn constantly yelling out these illegal threats saying, I'm going to catch you after the show. I'm going to catch you outside the show. This is my city. You got to check in. All these things. I'm just like, I don't know what Baddies East has in store, but people are literally doing this at this point to catch a bag. It's like Zeus Network is just paying people to do whatever and whatever to go on the show. Krishan Rock, I don't know for sure. I think she is going to be on Baddies East, and I don't even know if Stunner Girl's going to be on Baddies East because they haven't said anything really much about her besides they're talking back and forth crap with her and Kat accusing each other of sleeping with different type of people. And then you got Krishan Rock pretty much saying that she got to fight her sister on there, and I'm just like, wow. And then you just, I'm just like, my opinion on that is like, that is like too much to even opinionate on. I feel like that's completely toxic. So that's what's going on with that. I'm literally just catching guys up on everything that's going on. Um, and yeah, and pretty much I saw one clip literally of Krishan Rock picking up a disabled woman with no legs that was preparing to twerk. And it's like, I'm not judging you. I'm not, making fun of you. I'm just like, I just don't know what the world is coming to at this point. I just don't. Like, I just, you don't have to degrade and demean yourself, whether or not you have legs or not. The fact that every girl has to turn around and pull around and, release their buttocks every single time Zeus has these auditions is just like, why? Like, why do we have to see constantly their buttocks? Like, can we see them hit the food, or can we see them do like, like some type of like magic trick, or can we see them do something else? Must we see, the crack of the rise and the dawn of, like, I just don't be trying to see all that. Like, I can't imagine what everything smells like me on the camera. But I just be like, wow. And Krishan Rock was like shocked, actually. She said that her sister would even go there. She's like, after we just got into that, I don't even know why you would show up, over here. Like, she showed up, and I just feel like, why are you, leave Krishan Rock alone, as far as why would you try to go and do a show with your sister? That was her shit. She found her oyster. You gotta have to go find your own oyster. So that was that. As far as the Blueface and Christian, I'm not gonna speak about it. I'm not even gonna give that relationship life on my channel. I'm not gonna speak about it. That's why I barely on my other channel I didn't even really do reunions to reunion reviews. I never even did reviews to that show because I feel like I'm literally watching another couple, and I don't care. I don't want to do that. I'm not about to do that, and I can tell that with their antics online and the stuff they do online. They know they feel like we're watching and we're tuned in. They know they get paid off for this. They know they get paid off our stress and our trauma and all that demonic activity. So I'm not gonna even give it life on my channel because they're not. I can't even confirm if what they got is a PR stunt or something for real. So I'm not gonna give that life. But yeah, that network, that reunion was very demonic. It was very demonic because it was crazy how a couple of times when I saw positive was Tommy Lee tried to talk to like a woman a couple of times, and to see everybody yelling and screaming in the background when these girls were trying to talk and to get the fighting going on. It was just so much demonic, dark energy present in that room, in that place, to the point where even Stevie J, they wrapped up the reunion. He was like, I was on a show like this. You know, he said, I was in an altercation like this. And it made me realize how much I needed therapy. It made me realize how much I needed help. Like I had to go apologize to each and every single one of these women that I heard on national television. And it gives me some great pleasure in a way because it's growth. Like coming from somebody that's seen Love and Hip Hop when I was like little, I was still in high school. And to hear him acknowledge like at some point in time, I was a messed up person, how I treated people, and I was wrong for that. And I had to go do some deep soul searching to be able to really understand. And I remember on certain episodes of Love and Hip Hop when he was trying to go back to church, um, he even went to my cousin's church. She took a picture with him, and I was very proud. I was like, okay, I was shocked. I was like, I asked my cousin, I was like, were there cameras there? I was like, was it publicity? And she was like, no, like he was genuinely there to like get the word, and he was even mixed up at the back of the crowd. You know what I'm saying? And that tells me like, wow, he was on a mission. He was on a path to like try to, to get close to the Lord. So for him, and you can see him clenching his jaw throughout the reunion as he's looking at these women fight, and he's seeing how these women are getting a kick out of it, and you can see his face. It's like, because you ever been in a dream where something is like very scary and something like that, but in your dream you can't really respond and you know this is bad. That's kind of how Stevie J's reaction was. Janisha looked like she was used to it. She tried to be positive at the end of the reunion and say, well, these girls are all positive. They all got something good going for them. But it just looked like a cell fight. It looked like an inmate prison fight, like a female prison fight of girls being locked up together and just fighting with one another. And to see all those guards have to be present to stop all this between all these women, I really believe that's probably why Razor didn't even show up. You know what I'm saying? Because look at Low London. She's trying to talk to Janisha Thomas, and they're trying to talk, and there's literally girls like necking each other on the side, like hitting each other, Rolly being loud, Krishan Rock, they let her pop up and say something, and she can see the girls are fighting. She's like, well, okay, I'm gonna do my little one too and get paid to say my little introduction and talk to these girls, and I'm gonna get out. She was only on that little square for about less, maybe 5 minutes, because she could see it and hear it, ignored it. Low London tuned it out, tried to tune it out, and Janisha was just like, girl, I'm not even gonna be fake because I can't hear you right now. They fighting. Like, just, let them, get that out the way. So, again, that was the wrap up for the Baddies West reunion. What else can I say? But I feel like it's messed up. Again, it's messed up to the people who actually pay this monthly subscription, and the people who actually tune in and get the show for what it is. Because if it wasn't for the viewers, if it wasn't for the people who actually watch the show and put their money into it, whether it be $5 or 50 cents, this show wouldn't have the name that it has, or not the name, but the notoriety or the notorious popularity that it's gaining. And I feel like it's annoying because half of the public do like to see the fights and the toxic and the chaos, right? But then it becomes draining because you can read the comments and they're like, dude, nobody's going to talk. Nobody's going to get something important out. And then a lot of the public are like, look, I just want to see these women get down to talking with each other. Must we keep seeing this? But it's like, as long as we keep tuning into the train track, it's like we can all watch this train that's coming. This train is crazy. It's, we all see the train falling apart. We all see that the train wasn't put together right in the beginning. We all see that the train wasn't prepared for the journey. We all see this train getting ready to go off this cliff. We're all watching it, but nobody is saying, hey, everybody, you got one person saying, hey, this train is messed up. Or you got other people like, whoa, this train is about to fall. This train's about to fall. You got a whole bunch of people doing it. But until everybody gets together to do something to stop the train wreck from proceeding, the train is going to always hit a wreck. It's going to always crash, and what I mean by, not by, oh, well, comedy, we do say our comments, or we do make it clear that this stuff is toxic, right? We can all make reviews about it. We can all comment about it. We can all talk about it. But until we all cover our eyes and stop tuning in and stop giving our billete, you know what I mean? Stop giving our money, then it's going to just keep being what it is. And these people are literally going to just keep getting money in the name of all our eyeballs, because I think it's messed up. I'm just like, they'll be like, oh, you fans, you weirdos, you guys are this, you make your comments this and that. And it's like, these fans, these weirdos, whatever you call it, these are the people who get the show being what it is, because without them tuning in, there wouldn't be none of this. I always go back to the viewers and the supporters, because they're the ones who started this. in the essence of they're the ones who got it off the ground. So that was that. And um, Bad Boys Houston, pretty much, it was kind of like an odd situation too. Chef D once again is fighting somebody else again. He was fighting this time. First he fought Raz B, then he tried to fight Carry On for money. You got Prince and Mo outside the bus because they were completely tired of the drama. Prince was saying that he was shaking his stuff. And by the way, once again, Rolly, I heard her at the end of the Baddies West reunion go, "Oh hell no, we're gonna leave because there's guns." So for all those people saying that there wasn't guns, there was guns there. It was allegedly there was guns. And that kind of goes into play with that Biggie's story with after the reunion, how they caught up with her and how they did that because you got Natalie Nunn yelling at the top of her lungs how no matter what, she's gonna catch Tommy outside the show. So that's another thing I forgot to say. But yeah, back to that. Prince and Mo were outside. Chef D tried to go down in the car, and then Orlando Brown started getting into it with Benji, and then I think that's pretty much it. I don't really. It just shows them the next episode doing I don't know what, and that's just it, you guys. And I will come to you guys probably this week and actually react to it. I can't react to it right now because for copyright reasons. I don't want to get copyrighted. And then, yeah, we'll react to some stuff from Now That's TV. So you guys have been looking at this show called The Academy. I'll definitely be giving that a couple of peeks into College Hill. And then I already officially ended my season watching Motherland Fort Salem. That was an incredibly amazing show. I'm sad they're not coming out to season 4. Hopefully they do. But they only got 3 seasons and 10 episodes each. And I watched every single one of them and I enjoyed myself. Yep. I don't know, you guys. If you do make it to the end of this video, let me know if you guys think it's going to be a boy or a girl. Okay, because my mom was like, creo que va a ser niña. Porque tiene se te formó el cuerpo como de perita. Like, she's like, when you were pregnant, your baby was more low. And then when I guess, when you're carrying a girl, it's more high and more wrong. I don't know, you guys got to let me know in the comments. My face is so different right now. All right.